My brothers and sisters, you are now watching The Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need. And I hope you enjoy the video.
Bobcats in 6. Brooklyn Nets in 5. The the Pacers in 6. That's what you bastards said. That was not me. That was you bastards. Well, let me be more specific. That's what some of you bastards said. But here we are today. NBA Finals 2014. You got a rematch of last year's finals between the San Antonio Spurs and that Miami Heat back in the NBA Finals, just like our brother said, since the first round in this sucker. You got the Miami Heat going back to their 4th consecutive NBA Finals in this sucker, ever since the Big Three decided to take their talents to South Beach, okay? So this will be my predictions for this year's rematch of last year's NBA Finals. But before I touch on that, let me just, discuss a little bit of a last round. So in the Western Conference, you had the OKC Thunder versus the Spurs. And in the Eastern Conference, you had the Miami Heat versus the Pacers. Touching on the Miami Heat versus Pacers series, Roy Hibbert, you tall for nothing bastard. I'm sorry. Dude, I don't know. Listen, something happened to the Pacers inside of that locker room. I don't know what there is no way a team goes from being that good last year, and even this year in the season, they were good. It's not until like the last 2 months they just start to crumble. I don't know what happened, but you're hearing stories that Paul George had sex with this stripper and then actually got her pregnant and tried to file an abortion. I don't know if that's true or not. Then you're hearing that someone on the Pacers team had sex with Roy Hibbert's wife. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but something happened to that team. That team looked like they didn't know how to play basketball at some points. They should have lost in the first round to the Hawks. If the Hawks had more experience, the Pacers should have lost in the first round. I don't know what happened to the Pacers, but man, I don't know. I'm not sure if they need changes or they just have to have this kumbaya meeting. I don't know, but the Pacers, god dang, Lord have mercy. Them Pacers though? But they lost to us in 6 games, and it should have really been 5 games, but they lost in 6 games to us. I wish them the best of luck, but god dang. Moving on from that. And then you had OKC versus the Spurs. Man, I thought that was going to be a 7-game series, but man, first off, going into that series, I didn't realize the injury Serge Ibaka had was so serious. He was, at first I thought he was going to be out the entire series, and then he came back after it looked like OKC was about to get swept in this sucker. I'm like, yo, if this dude does not come back, y'all getting swept. I did not realize, I knew Ibaka was, a good player, but I didn't realize, he had that much of an impact. You can see the impact he has because when he's not there, it's just drives all day. They're just driving to the paint all day because there's no one there to block the shot. So when he came back, they won the two games, and it's like, okay, see y'all right back in this sucker. But then Spurs just said, no, you're not. So Spurs beat OKC. Listen, here's why I never see OKC winning a championship until there are some major changes. Still, when you get to the playoffs, OKC becomes a jump shooting team, and it's nothing but Kevin Durant go one-on-one and just do whatever it is that you do. And if it's not him, it's Russell Westbrook. It's literally those two guys going one-on-one every possession. They don't have like no set plays. They don't have no big guy to pass to in the post. Until that changes, OKC will never win a championship. I don't care how good Durant is, okay? Because you the real MVP. But until that changes, they're not going to win. You cannot go deep in the playoffs and your only plan is Durant, just go one-on-one, or Westbrook, just go one. It's not going to happen. They will not win a championship. I'm sorry, until some major changes happen. But saying that, I love Durant and Westbrook, but man, they need to really look for a big man this postseason and maybe even a possible new coach, But saying that, you got the Miami Heat versus the San Antonio Spurs, you bastards. They should have won last year. I'm man enough to admit that the San Antonio Spurs should have won last year, okay? They were so close to winning that they taped off the court, and they were bringing the trophy towards the court, ready to give the trophy to the Spurs. That's how close they were winning. Until Jesus Shuttlesworth happened, and then it just changed. It just, man, what that was the collapse of epic proportions. But we won last year. we won, and now you have a rematch of last year's. And of course, again, people were saying Spurs will beat the Heat. I mean, literally every team the Heat goes against, it seems like we're going to lose to them. So of course, people are saying, "Oh, Spurs, God, of course the Spurs are going to sweep the Heat, or Spurs in 5, or Spurs or Spurs in 6." This series, in my opinion, is going to another 7-game series because the Heat, they're gonna, of course, the Heat. I will admit that this year might have been their easiest road to the finals because they went through the Bobcats, they went through the Nets, they went through a crumbled Pacers team. Oh, of course, yes, their road to the finals this year was way easier than, of course, the Spurs, and especially their previous years going to the finals. But the Spurs, they went through the Mavericks, which was a good team. They went through the Clippers, which was a good team, and they went through OKC. So, of course, the Spurs, as far as competition goes, the Spurs have played way better teams, but they haven't played the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat are the best team in the NBA until they lose the championship, okay? They are the reigning 2-time defending NBA champions, and they deserve respect, okay? And you bastards aren't giving the Heat the respect that they deserve, okay? You have LeBron James, the best player in the NBA right now, okay? Durant, he's great and all, but overall, he's not better than LeBron James, okay? You got Dwayne Wade, which I don't give a crap what no one says, okay? Dwayne Wade is still a top 10 player. Heck, maybe even still top 5 player in this game when healthy, okay? He hasn't been healthy, but this year seems like his healthiest year, as far as going into the NBA Finals. His knees doesn't look that disabled, so you have a healthier Wade. Chris Bosh, he's starting to remember how to play basketball. The Heat have a squad. People just think it's Wade and LeBron and no one else. Dude, you got Ray Allen, you got Birdman. Birdman is a huge factor for us. You got Ray Allen, Birdman, Chalmers, Norris Cole, okay, Shane Battier. Like, people think the Heat have no team whatsoever. The Heat have a great team, okay? But saying that, Spurs versus Heat. Another 7-game series, like I said, but I'm gonna give the edge to the Heat. I'm a Heat fan, and they're the 2-time defending NBA champions. Why would I not give the edge to the Heat? Okay, until a team proves me otherwise, I'm going with the Heat all day, every day. Okay, the Spurs, great team. Spurs are a solid team, okay? From their starting lineup to their bench to the coach to the freaking staff, everything. The Spurs are an amazing team. And I know they're out for revenge. I know they do. The Spurs got back to this point just to remember what happened to them in Game 6. Like, make no mistake about it. They're going to be coming full force at the Miami Heat because they have revenge in their eyes. But how are you going to stop LeBron James and Dwayne Wade? How? How are you going to stop Jesus Shuttlesworth? Okay, listen. I mean, these are just the facts. You know, the Spurs have a great team. Of course, they're definitely that. This is going to be another 7-game series. There is nothing else for me to say. I'd be disappointed if it went anything less than 7 games because this should be another 7-game series. But at the end of the day, the Miami Heat will three-peat. LeBron James will get his 3rd ring. Dwayne Wade will get his 4th ring. And, hey, then we'll be going for the 4-peat. You mad? But, you know, that's my predictions. The Miami Heat will win in 7 games. You guys let me know who wins the finals this year and why. Don't just be like, Spurs will sweep the Heat in 4 games. Thank you very much. Have a good night. No, give a reason, sucker. Okay, because you guys have been just counting out the Heat since this playoff started. Okay, and they deserve respect. Okay, but anyway, saying that, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, we will see who wins the NBA championship this year.